Now on the 10 o'clock news, President Joe Biden taking aggressive action in the fight against coronavirus. The president unveiling his new plan to get more Americans vaccinated. And he didn't hold back on his criticism of those who refuse vaccines.
This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. And it's caused by the fact that despite America having unprecedented and successful vaccination program, despite the fact that for almost 5 months, free vaccines have been available in 80,000 different locations, we still have nearly 80 million Americans who have failed to get the shot.
The new requirements could apply to as many as 100 million Americans. That's close to 2/3 of the American workforce.
And the president's 6-point plan to battle the coronavirus pandemic focuses on vaccinating the unvaccinated, further protecting the vaccinated through booster shots, keeping schools open, increasing testing and mask mandates, protecting the economic recovery, and improving care for those with COVID-19. Our News for Jax team is gathering a reaction to the president's plan and the pushback it's already receiving. We start with Eric Avanier, who joins us live after talking with people about this new vaccine mandate. Eric.
Yes, the president's speech was very blunt about vaccine mandates at the workplace, as well as allowing school districts to implement policies they see fit to protect children and staff. Now, reaction to what the president said was mixed. In an evening address to the nation, President Biden unveiled his plan to curb the spike in COVID cases, requiring businesses with 100 or more employees to have those employees vaccinated or be subjected to repeat COVID-19 testing, even calling for unvaccinated workers get paid time off so they can go receive the shot. A Jacksonville man who asked not to be identified says he works for a company that employs more than 100 people. He says the option to vaccinate should be up to the individual employee. He also says conversations among coworkers about vaccinations is often a touchy subject.
It's always being discussed, and they're considering remote work, hybrid work, and all that comes into play with the amount of people getting vaccinated or how often they're getting tested.
A person we spoke with says the mandate is a good idea if people are working close to each other.
If you're working in close contacts with any people, I agree. I think it's a good idea.
Under the president's mandate, every federal employee will be required to get vaccinated, as well as every healthcare worker.
I'm in the healthcare field, and COVID is it's awful. And we need people to get vaccinated.
Our country needs to back this up and get it done.
But not everyone feels this way.
I didn't agree with hardly anything he said.
I don't think that anybody should be required to run their companies according to what the president or any government decides is right or wrong.
Patricia Herbert heard about the speech and offered a more neutral response.
Don't go into crowded areas. Don't go to certain places and put yourself in harm's way. And if you have COVID, stay at home.
Now, the president is also calling for more testing, especially home COVID tests like this. This is a test kit that you can find in many stores. He says he wants these to be affordable, accessible, and of course, convenient. Reporting live, Eric Avanier, Channel 4, the local station.
Now, at one point in his remarks this afternoon, President Biden seemed to address his words toward Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and he did that without mentioning the Republican by name.
Right now, local school officials are trying to keep children safe in a pandemic while their governor picks a fight with them and even threatens their salaries or their jobs. Talk about bullying in schools. If they'll not help, if these governors won't help us beat the pandemic, I'll use my power as president to get them out of the way.
All right, you heard him there. The president saying as part of his plan, he intends to go after state politicians who threaten school districts over mask mandates for students. Now, as we've been reporting, some school districts are currently involved in a legal battle with the Florida governor over his executive order banning mask mandates in school. The state has already cut funding to some districts who went against that order. Governor DeSantis has not responded to the president's remarks yet, but we will bring you the governor's comments when we get them.